That's right, guys. We are back.
Okay. I'm sorry we gotta wake you up in the morning. It is, but hey, it might be the night time. So if your morning is the night, good night morning to you. Welcome back to another Takeaway podcast. Oh,
That's right.
Man, it is the beautiful month of August. It is a beautiful month for all those Malaysians out there in here, because in August, what do we do in August, Desmond?
August, we celebrate Merdeka.
Wow, just right straight to it.
And also it's Caleb's birthday.
It is also Caleb.
Hey guys, it's the Mings back at it again. Today we have two very special guys joining us. Just for the sake of those who have no idea who you guys are, who are you and what you do?
You start first, I go first. Okay.
Returning,
I'm Desmond.
Oh.
I'm one of the Penang boys. And what do? I'm a gaffer, editor, and also strategy plan. Kinda, okay,
Wow.
I like that. Over to you.
Also new dad.
New dad, new daddy.
Real one.
Yeah, daddy.
What about you?
How do I follow that?
Yeah, you don't have to be a daddy. Don't worry.
Oh gosh. I'm Alex. I'm Blank Slate's intern and I guess resident vegan as well. Like
Resident vegan.
Resident
That's
vegan.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, repping it hard.
Repping it hard.
We have a quota we need to fill. So
How do we spell that?
Which one?
Vegan
quota represent.
Repentant.
Okay, thank you, Desmond. Guys, so glad for you guys to be joining us. Hope your week has been good. Congratulations, you have now made it past the mid-mark of August.
Yeah.
We're halfway there. And when I say halfway there, I mean there meaning another month. So good job. Pat yourself on the back for that one. Again, we just want to reiterate what Ming Han said. This month is the month of celebrating Malaysia's Independence Day. This year, we are 63 years old of being independent.
Wow.
So, Selamat Hari Merdeka, if we don't get the chance to say it to you face to face, I feel like we need to start saying that face to face. Like if you say happy birthday, you should also just say Selamat Hari Merdeka, Happy Independence Day. Because, you know, like, we're a country, man.
Yeah, man.
Some countries aren't even countries. I'm not sure. Yes. I think they're called states. But we just want to say that this episode is brought to you by Toyota. Get your easy bully package with the best stress-free loan plan, which uniquely caters to you. We're going to talk about that slightly more in a bit. But we are talking about some really interesting stuff. You know, being in the month of independence for our
Merdeka
nation.
May.
We also want to explore how does that independence translate to individuals. Wow, so many indies, right?
Okay.
And today at the table, the fine selections that we have for today is because
you have no one else.
Two very good picks.
Two picks.
Ming Han and myself.
Toothpicks.
But also besides that, we wanted to explore and invite some people who are at different stages of their life and how they've translated independence of their own that we can share with you guys. And if you're listening and if you are at any part of this season in your life, we hope that you can resonate with this one and also maybe pick up some interesting tips and tricks of how you can be even more independent. So to set the table, I'm going to start with Alex.
Yep.
Alex is... Alex, how old are you? How young are you?
Yeah,
Alex?
that's right. How young?
I just turned 19.
Oh my god.
Disgusting.
I forgot.
She's so young.
I never even experienced 19.
My bones hurt just hearing that.
You 18
Skip
jump to
over.
23.
My muscle aches.
Okay. So Alex is... Okay, so I have to... Alex has been with us for 2 months now.
Yeah. 2 months.
Almost 2 months.
Right.
And Alex was a very interesting story when Melody interviewed her.
Okay.
And she was like, Mingyu, this girl is...
This girl.
Something's up with this girl.
Okay.
This girl.
She's an independent young woman who is living her best life.
Right.
Being a vegan. Taking control of what it means to be a young working woman.
This girl.
And exploring life. And what else? What are you, Alex?
Why?
A vegan?
A vegan? A lot of things. I think. Yeah.
You guys will be blown away.
You just literally gave her a list of what she is and you asked her what she is.
There's even more.
All right. There's more.
Alex,
What do you do?
You're very active in a certain field.
I've had I'm very passionate about performing arts. So I do a lot of theater and a lot of ads around KL as well and some modeling gigs here and there. I've been very blessed to have all these opportunities.
Yeah.
You live life on the edge.
and I feel like as a young lady at your age, right, where you know you probably be maybe friends around you at your age. I mean, I know myself at that age. I was just like, ugh, I'll just like take
You
life as it
achieving
comes.
enough for 10 friends.
Yeah, you are literally.
I actually don't have.
Friends?
I only have
Wow.
one friend that's the same age as me.
Oh.
What?
The rest
You
of my
s-
friends are all older than me.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
I get
okay, you
along with
sound-
older
yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah. Okay, we are
Yeah.
familiar with that situation.
So, I mean, Alex is at the table today because she's at a stage of life where she's discovering her own independence, already independent in many fields, you know, earning her own keep, making sure she's fed and getting that avocado.
She's even considering of moving out.
She's actually thinking about moving out.
Supposed to
And-
move out at the end of
You
the
know
year.
why? Because
my
at that
goodness.
age, Desmond was considering asking someone else to build a washing machine for him. And that's why we have Desmond.
And it didn't go so well
Definitely-
either.
That's an episode you guys got to revisit.
I'm independent also.
Yeah, okay. No.
You build my washing machine.
So Desmond is another interesting case. Like we have interesting people in our lives, right? Desmond, you came from Penang,
Yep,
Right,
I came
right.
from Penang.
all the way to KL, and
Yeah.
that's already a big move of
Yeah.
independence, right?
Yep, that's right. I came from Penang when I was 24 years old, and I did my internship here in Core.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
I've been here in Core for 3 years a day. Core
Yeah.
is my first job anyway.
Wow. Anyway.
And just a very fast history. I got my first car here.
Wow.
I got engaged. I got married.
First
got my
wife.
first kid. Yeah.
First
First
kid.
wife. Yeah, still first wife.
First wife.
Still first wife. Don't plan to change any of that.
Keep it there.
First kid. And then it's been
It's
3
crazy,
years.
dude.
Yeah.
And independence for you has been the moment you stepped out of Penang because
That's
you
right.
have family and friends all in Penang. You
Yep.
came down to KL. There's zero support system.
Zero,
You were on
correct.
your own already, man.
Don't mention it. I'm crying.
Okay. Sorry. So I think and Menghan, I mean, of course, Menghan and myself, we've also, everyone has different stages of independence. So what we want to do today is really explore what it means to be an adult. And you know, when it comes to being an adult, a lot of the times, right, it comes to a couple of things.
Right.
Managing your resources well.
That's true.
Come on.
And when I say resources, I mean time, money, and energy.
Energy.
Everything that you do
Right.
requires resources.
Oh
okay.
my
Yeah.
god.
And the
Oh,
older
okay.
you get, you realize that you have very little resource
Yep.
to be spending about through your day.
Correct.
All right. So we're gonna jump in. The first thing is about growing up.
Okay. As the guy, I mean, like, to be honest, I'm no longer the only dad here. Desmond invaded the territory just a while ago.
We are the
But hey,
daddies.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, that is
Alright,
technically
alright.
true.
Yeah.
But I encourage a lot of my friends and clients not to call me that in public.
What?
The only person who should be really calling me daddy is
Me,
my kid.
daddy.
No, not you. But okay, here's the thing. We have grown up in the stage of being the grown-ups in our life now.
Correct.
alright?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
And it's tough because, like, wow, it's not just independent anymore. You got to be independent with someone else depending on you.
Oh, no.
That's like
That's
a different.
true.
There's
That's
a
true.
different level of being independent. But hey, to dumb it down for the other two at the other side of the table.
Yeah. What's up?
Just right here.
Just right beside you, right? We gotta take, everyone, we gotta take baby steps into it.
Baby
And
steps.
maybe one of the first baby step was, maybe your first experience being home alone. Ooh. That's the first taste of independence.
That's a
you
good
ever
one,
had.
that's a good
I don't
one.
know about you guys, but I got major separation anxiety.
How?
As a kid, when my mom left me alone in the standard 1, right, I would literally make up an excuse to come home. I remember standing out over my classroom door and my mom was there and I was crying. She like, Menghan, why do you ask me to come back to school? I'm like, I don't like the view from my classroom. I need to go home.
That's true.
That is legitimate,
That's
and
true.
I have done that. But can you remember what your first scary experience being alone? Did you enjoy it? Was it scary?
Okay, maybe it doesn't have to be such a formative experience.
It's not. But do you actually, guys, do you remember your first time like, oh, my parents are not going to be around?
Yeah.
What was your first experience? I personally hated it.
I enjoy it. man.
enjoy it. I'm the
did
total
not.
different.
For Desmond, I did not expect anything else. Okay, what was it? Do you remember one moment?
Alex first.
Wow.
She's younger. She's younger.
I am rarely home alone. I have 5
Oh.
other people that live in my house. I have 3 other siblings.
Okay.
Wow.
So even my
Okay, so
parents
four of you.
leave. Yeah,
Oh
second.
my goodness.
So even my parents leave, right? My sister is the parent.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
we
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
have to listen to her too.
Yeah.
But the only time that I've been at home is like refusing to go for dinner at night, like going out.
Oh.
Like, I'm not hungry. And then like you stay home in your room and like enjoy the silence.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So you
True,
enjoy
for
the
your
silence.
case, yeah.
what?
Cause siblings, man, they usually
Oh, yes.
like.
Yeah, you can't get away. You really
Yeah.
just can't get away.
So
Especially
was
with
there
share
was
room.
there a specific memory that you have of that feeling of like, yup, it's time for me to be independent?
I think it's always kind of been there.
Really?
I enjoy like not being,
Right.
put into a box like by my parents. Like, I know parenting is important, but like the rules and stuff, like I was a really
Oh man, I love the box,
bad
man.
kid. I gave my parents a lot
Put
of
me in the
headaches.
box every day. I just sit in the box. Make sure got water and food in the box. And I'm actually really fine. Okay, but I guess... Actually, that's true. I did not take into account because I'm the firstborn, right? So I have a lot of chances that I was alone because I had no siblings and stuff at that point. They weren't created yet. Meaning, I had
so
a good 3 years head start being alone.
Yeah, and at 3 years old, you were barely conscious.
I was
Megan.
so independent at 3 years
So
old.
like, I wouldn't pay too much.
I remember having to hunt for my own food in the playground.
right.
Oh, okay.
But at this
All
point,
Okay, hold on.
Okay, let's fast forward into the fact that, okay, I think what most people can relate about being independent is maybe that first moment of going to study or something like that, right? Because I think as kids, rare that Asian parents will leave you alone at home. I mean, if they can, or if they are... You'll probably had a maid as well, or they drop you at the auntie's or uncle's house. I spent a reasonable amount of time at my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
When was the first time you realized that, oh crap, I need my parents here? Do you ever? I mean, let's not ask Desmond at this point.
Okay.
You and
I'm gonna go because I think for me, being independent in the small ways that you grow up, right, is like you take care of your own lunch. You know, like my parents will tell Minghan and I and my sister,
Going for lunch.
we're going away for like a night or 2 nights, and then it's up to us. We gotta take care of stuff, and also Minghan and I will have to we have to feed the hamsters or the dog, or like to make sure that we've got food.
Feed the hamster to the dog.
And I think we were very lucky to have a great support circle. We had family, like emergency numbers to call and everything.
Yep.
But I feel for me personally, the biggest step of independence was like when you had no one to rely on, was the moment my dad left me when we were in England and he came back to Malaysia. Because when he left that evening, right, and I was in my dorm room alone and I went to the kitchen, dude, I was like, shucks.
What do I do?
What do I do now? Like it felt so freaking real, right?
At that point, do you question yourself, like, why did I choose to do this?
Yeah, I was like, was this the right choice? And I feel like that's a great question to ask yourself, right?
rough,
If you're
it's
in a
rough.
position where you can ask yourself in life, did I make the right choice? That's a choice that's going to push you off your comfort zone,
correct.
right? Out the
That's true.
box. Desmond, how was it like when you came to KL and you're like, you know what? I'm going to start my own family.
But this guy forced his independence on us. I don't know whether you realize that or not.
That's true.
Like it or not, I'm doing this, man.
It's crazy.
What was the thought process for that one? I mean, like, was it scary when you had to relocate?
It is definitely scary because I only got like just a small group of friends who are here that I'm close to. But like even so, how can you actually depend on your friends? You gotta
That's
start.
why.
You gotta start it all over again.
Yeah,
Make
correct.
new friends, get your money, and then get your place,
Get the
and then
mommy.
get your transport.
Yeah,
and then eventually,
right.
if you want easier life, mommy.
Yeah.
What?
So,
Hey, man.
so I remember my first day here. I contacted my friends
got
immediately.
cry,
I came to this small room.
Only in the shower.
No, and in this small room, like it's just like a small square only, like landed property. You know, the owner you usually have to make partition.
Yeah.
Oh no,
So
yeah,
I was
wow.
in that small square room. Basically, you open your door.
Basically jail.
Yeah.
Cardboard box.
Yeah, I don't mind referred.
Is that why you
jail, lah.
Is that why
Yeah.
you're staying in
Crap.
Pudu for?
No, Fudu. That's just 15. That's just 15. No, Fudu. So you open the door, your bed, and a small table. That's it.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness, wow.
And then if you don't want to leave your shoe outside, your shoe also is inside.
Walao.
Well, for some people,
Yeah.
might be a
So
problem.
the smell is crazy, man. like wow, the ham yu chang, man.
Really salty
But
fish.
the first week, I remember I gotta come back and then do my own laundry,
Yeah.
which I didn't do back in Penang. And then I gotta get my own food. Dabao lor.
I'm realizing that this laundry. Okay, maybe I've done laundry since I was a kid.
I didn't know.
But it's a very
Yeah.
big shock to me that a lot of people don't do their own
A
laundry.
lot of people don't.
Yeah.
man.
And guys, we're not talking about these days. You need to run to the river and scrub by the
No, no,
rocks.
no.
By the way, you just put things in and add water.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't.
literally that,
I didn't
yeah.
know that it was so easy. I always thought that it was very complicated until I had to call my mom. How do I use the washing machine? And then you start YouTubing all these things like how do you use microwave and all.
The instruction is on the washing machine.
Wait, why didn't you build your own washing machine? And then like you know how
let's
to
not go
use it,
into
right?
that.
I think I need to hire people to do my laundry.
No, but I think small steps like that, which is the perfect thing, right? Because we
Yeah.
want to talk about what were some of the things that you can remember that your parents and your family
Yeah, you
taught
took for, you took for granted, but maybe you never learn, huh?
Because like Minghan said, right? Like for us, doing laundry was we started off with hanging clothes.
Yep.
Then after that, we started putting in the wash, and we had to iron clothes and fold clothes, right? What were some of the things that you can recall now that you're like, oh, actually, my family made me do that? That has prepared you to be independent.
Pay people to build.
My family never had a maid or a helper or anything.
That's great.
Yeah, and they were like very adamant about that because I mean there are four of
Make
us.
four
anyway.
kids do the work yourself.
And it's like
We
you know,
made the maids.
we are the maids.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we get to learn how to help around the house. Like if we're staying in the house, we might as well help out. And for my mom, a one person, one homemaker, to clean up after 4 monkeys, you know,
It's hardcore.
we don't expect her to do that.
So did they make y'all like have a roster and like have
I don't think it came to that point, but we had like an unspoken like, okay, you're doing the dishes today, and then you know we do our own laundry. We all do our own laundry since we were like quite young.
I can only imagine the amount of clothes that your family must have because like
Wow,
there's
exactly.
6 people in the house.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Every
that's
day
crazy.
is
Pretty
enough for
insane.
like
Only just Ari and I is like, enough already, please, enough already. Let's not wear anything at home.
what?
Just tola.
And then now the baby as well.
Very
Right?
smart, but a bit cutting edge.
Yeah.
For some
Yeah.
people.
That's what about you?
Open. I'm just kidding.
Is there anything that you feel like your family prepared you for?
I do the dishes, and also my mom will make sure that I clean my room every week, every Friday. I remember, and then she will ask me also to help to mop the floor, sweep the floor, and help her to change her bed sheet in her room also because it's double bed, right? So she can do it by herself, man. So I'll have to help her. So these things I'm used to it. So cleaning is not a problem, but I mean I was never exposed to dry.
Ironing.
Laundry,
Yeah.
Okay.
ironing, and also I hate this. I
don't
just
like
hate
it,
it. I'm okay with hanging clothes, doing laundry. I just don't like ironing.
I'm so good at ironing. My dad
right.
made me iron all his work clothes. Dude.
Bro, can I
That's
send
good
some to you?
practice, man.
So good, you know.
Can I send
Okay,
some
just
to you?
like, oh my god.
Minghan, okay, for Minghan, I think instead of asking the same question, Minghan, what do you feel that maybe schools and young people, like children, right? What do they like? We've talked about it in a previous podcast before, like that our education system doesn't seem to have
Teach common
equipped-
sense.
Yeah. Okay, maybe not
Yes.
common sense. Maybe like getting people ready for adulthood.
like
Yeah.
home ec.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a segue,
That's
right?
true.
You know, today we're like, Toyota has been a part of this for a bit, right? I've always argued the fact that kids need to be taught how to cross the road.
Oh,
They need to be taught
seriously
like
though.
car
Very good
safety,
point.
okay?
Yes.
But that's besides the point. We're talking about home. Yeah, in high school, right, the first time you actually get to learn something about homemaking is when you're in secondary school and you do kemahiran hidup.
Oh.
And only the girls do it.
Wait,
It's called
kemahiran
EMT.
hidup in
Life skills.
English is life
Yeah,
skills.
Yep.
and there's two versions of it. The guys have to do this thing called KMT, and the girls have to do this thing called EMT. And the guys, right, end up making benches and stools.
yeah.
But the girls actually get to like learn things you can learn and
Yeah,
use in
they
your
learn how
life.
to like sew. Yeah, I learned how to
That's
sew
so-
also. Why did I learn how to sew?
Wow,
That-
gender
yeah.
roles.
Did you go to the right class or not?
But yeah, gender
Gender
roles.
roles.
For real gender roles.
Low-key sexism.
But yeah, you see, right?
low-key.
Like to be honest, our school and our education, they don't actually teach you anything
That's true.
that you can apply for your life. Even right, the funny part is like even if you learn accounts, you don't actually get taught how to do your taxes.
Yo,
Which
that's so
is what
true.
we're going to talk about in the next part.
Oh,
Ew.
okay. But yeah, okay. Learning all this, I'm very glad that even though as a kid it seemed like a lot of chores and like very like mafan to do.
Yeah.
The minute you own your own place and
Oh
you have
my
no
God.
one, right? Thank the Lord that you actually know how to use the washing machine.
Yeah.
You actually know how to put your clothes where, you actually know how many times you need to change your bed sheets and everything. So,
Correct.
you don't
2
end up
months
like,
once.
hey, why suddenly got rashes at the back of or something like that,
Yeah.
Or
2
the-
months once!
Okay.
Sorry, that's it.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Every other
That's
year.
crazy.
But yeah, I think a lot of things. I guess if you guys are listening and you're still like 15, first of all, props to you podcasting at 15 years old. Wow,
That's true.
I'm so impressed. But yeah, all these things actually build up over time and build towards this thing called independence. Because if you ever had that dream about I want to go and study in the white man land one day. You're not going to bring your maid, you're not going to bring your mom, you're not going to bring your dad. You're going to bring you and you got to figure out everything from scratch.
Yep.
So please, learn. At least learn how to cook rice.
I think it's a pretty interesting point, right? I think we all have different experiences when it comes to being at home, being taught something that is part of your family, like upbringing, and then you realize, oh, that actually helps.
Like finally
Right.
experiencing the
That's true.
independence.
Yeah,
But
right.
then you'll be upset about like them making you do dishes,
Yeah.
and you're like, storm
don't
to the
want.
kitchen, be like,
And then
do
one day you're in the
dishes."
fields of love, bro, and all you got to hold on to is the techniques of folding clothes.
Correct.
It's for real.
Oh,
I'm
feels
not
like
even
home.
kidding. It's
Oh,
crazy, right?
man.
Okay, so what I want to talk about next, which is a key and essential part about not just running a country,
Huh?
but also your own independence, is managing resources.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Very important.
I think when you are young, let's set the stage, right? You are given pocket money. You're given allowance. You want to call it whatever you want. But basically what your family did is, they pay for, the general bills, which is house, food, clothes, utilities, education, stuff like the general necessities, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But then your parents also, I would like to think that they gave you a small amount of money. My small amount was really small. I got 20 cents a day. Can buy what? Nothing. But that was the point. That was the point that my mom was trying to make, right?
I had 50 cents a week. Okay.
How was it for you guys learning to, I guess, like deal with your finances? Because now the youngest one at this table now is 19 years old.
Obviously.
And you're still staying with your family, but there are a lot of things that you have to pay for yourself. Even though you can, your family could pay for it, but you're taking on that responsibility, right?
Yeah, I
So
want to.
What are some of the things that you are, I guess, hands-on when it comes to your finance and resource?
The first thing out of the top of my head, petrol.
Petrol?
So I drive. I drive a Prius, so it helps with
Okay. Sorry.
it helps with the fuel
That's coming from a real
consumption.
place, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, it helps with the fuel consumption because I only need to pump like once in 2 weeks because it's a
When
hybrid.
did the Prius come out? Quite a while ago, right?
Yeah.
I have no
It's
idea.
not that new, but it's a great
It's
okay
a-
car. Yeah.
It's great.
Hybrid.
It's wow. I'm
Yeah.
so
What a
impressed. Okay.
Yeah, so I drive a lot. Before
Yeah.
this, I would pay for like my e-hailing, like
Yeah.
cabs and stuff,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was pretty hefty.
Yeah.
Like going places all over.
Man, must be nice.
What else
you
do I pay
drive?
for? My groceries.
Your groceries,
My own groceries.
because your lifestyle and your, I guess, your dietary
Yeah, it's really different.
restrictions is not the same as the groceries that your family
Yeah,
buys, right? Because
yes.
they buy like
Meat,
meat and
dairy,
non-vegan
eggs,
things.
non-vegan things.
So
All the
you
good stuff.
probably have to find and get your own stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of it like crosses and shares, like potatoes.
Yeah. We
And-
definitely like.
And now I'm going
Water.
to say 3 other things that vegans can eat: potatoes,
Tomatoes.
Water.
tomatoes,
Broccoli.
grass.
Onion.
Wagyu.
oats,
Goats.
and
Peanuts.
soy milk.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yes, great.
Sure, yeah.
That's great. So, like, you have to buy your own groceries as well.
I try to,
Okay.
yeah, as much as possible.
It's
Of
the
course, my
effort.
parents help.
It's
Yeah,
the thought that counts.
It's the thought that counts.
No, not really.
And also, simple things. Your phone bill.
That's under family package.
Okay, that's
Wow.
good. That's saving
Yeah.
money. Good
Save
job on that
money.
one. But then when it comes to, do your parents give you like pocket money at this stage? or
No,
not
it's
anymore.
been a few years now.
Oh,
Actually.
wow.
Wow,
Yeah,
great.
so I've
At
been
19
working.
years
I've
old.
been working on my financial independence since I was like
Wow.
14, 15.
I was fully dependent on my parents' money because I was in England.
I was just
Well,
sucking thumb, man.
At 14,
Yeah, I
wait.
know. Because I know
At
that.
19 years old, you're sucking thumb.
Because I know that if my parents are paying for like most of my things, I can't make decisions
Yeah,
on my
correct.
own. So I knew that financial
Independence.
financial independence was like the first step to
Making
getting
your own?
independence.
Wow.
Wow.
How do you
Get
even
out
have
of
that
here.
thought when you were 14, man?
It's not
I was
19. She's
Oh,
19.
I mean,
she's not 14.
When,
Oh my
when
God.
you were 14,
When you were.
when you were 14, how do you even come across that thought of like, I need to start earning my own money
Because-
and make a living?
Well, my parents had very strict rules,
Oh, okay.
and like I had really strict curfews and like things to do. So I really wanted to just be my own person. So I have a whole string of jobs
Wow.
that I've done, like part-time jobs.
Nuts.
I'm impressed, man.
Impressed.
Speaking about impress, impress me, Desmond. What was your best or worst memory of dealing
Fellow-
with resource?
Trying to manage your monies.
Yeah, trying to manage that stuff.
Okay, so we're talking about me moving here in KL.
I mean, even back in Penang, how was there before you had to be independent, right? When you were still living with your parents and all that, what do you usually spend your money on? I think it's same for all of us. It was probably on top-up credit for your phones. to SMS people last time in high school and in primary school. Actually, I only got my phone in high school, so
Yeah, not so much on my phone. I guess my phone, the bill will be paid, but then if I finish the credit, like let's say you talk
on
to
your
girl, you text, then once you finish it, then
sorry, bro.
it's all yours lah. I mean,
It's all yours.
then you got to top up your own pocket money.
Yeah.
So I did I top up 10 ringgit, and then I finish it just like 1 or 2 hours later. Because those days calling is very expensive.
What's your call last?
This guy
But
want
then
to be macho lah.
texting is also expensive.
Yes,
so like
yes,
you
yes.
text like
Correct. The
short
character,
form.
you only have 100 for one per
Correct.
SMS.
You were
Yeah.
basically tweeting SMS.
Correct. So you try to save, shortcut everything, but then still
Then
not enough because you want
cannot send photos.
You can't send photos.
You
It's
can,
MMS.
you can take picture. You can draw it with dots.
Yeah.
Like those Christmas tree.
I've never done it before. So so to top up for extra is by myself.
Yeah.
If I eat out, it's by myself. Because
Of course.
mom says, I cook for you. If you don't want to eat at home, it's at your own cost.
I love that.
Right.
That's so
'Cause
good.
you can't say that she never provide for you, man.
You can't say it.
She's gonna slap you, man. Say it one more time. And then entertainment.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you go out with your friends for movies or at your own cost, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, at home you got a TV, you don't want to watch, then you want to go out to the cinema at your own cost, man. You
can't say I didn't provide for you.
I don't have TV at home, slap you one more time.
Usually my parents slap first, then only say it. But okay, that's okay.
Okay, so I think for Alex, like at this age, right, as you are progressing, which is honestly very rapid already compared to a lot of people
That's
who
true.
are even at our age, when we were at your age, I don't think we were as independent as you.
That's true.
Like there was just a lot of like, okay, we have to do this because that's how life is. But it's great that you have the opportunity to grow and be independent.
Yeah.
For myself, it was the whole, I guess, being in England, right? Entirely, like I have to figure out how much I'm spending a month on, like there's rent, there's food, there's like study materials and stuff like that. And it was so crazy because you just get thrown into the deep end of the
Correct.
pool, dude. And I feel like there is nothing more deep end of the pool than being a father. So I want to pass back the
That was a
time
very
over
quick
to
sharing
Mehan.
from you.
Yeah.
He had nothing to say, really.
It's so little. Like, what you want me to say? I'm not a parent. And when it comes to being, like Minghan said at the start of the podcast, right? Being independent is one thing. But when someone else depends on you being independent,
Oh, that's true, man.
ooh-wee, that's like black belts level 2, So, Minghan, being in, I mean, for you and Desmond, like, when y'all got married, step one
Not
was
with each other,
not
but
with
to our
each
own
other, with your wives. When
Don't you
y'all-
mean hubby?
Yeah, okay, hold on. When y'all both got married respectively,
There we go.
Separately.
y'all had to take care of your own household. So there was like rent and there was like, utilities
lot.
and internet and
Shucks,
food
man.
bills and everything, right? What and how did that step up another notch when you had a baby?
I think we
come out
also
of your wife's body.
Yeah, we also Desmond step it up another notch. I cannot remember how many free days you had for like one season in time,
He
right?
didn't have weekends for like half a year or a
Yeah.
year, man.
Was that your stepping up?
Yeah, that was my stepping up lah. Like, cause knowing that Irene is already pregnant, the demands will increase lah.
Which is your fault, lah. Yeah.
Why I'm so naughty?
Okay, wow.
Hey, cannot be one-sided lah.
Okay.
Just for the sake, you're legally naughty.
I'm
Yeah,
legally naughty.
legally
I got
naughty.
the ring here, so I can be naughty anytime I want. I'm back. I mean, okay. Yeah.
So let's go back to the working
like
hard.
when Irene is pregnant, automatically you gotta feed her good stuff.
You gotta feed the good stuff.
I mean, not that I didn't feed her good stuff before.
Kibble.
Before this, just Jack and Jill and water.
Before this, ikan masin all the way, man. Now it's just ikan masin and one more ikan masin.
What an upgrade in lifestyle, bro.
Just two only, that's it. Better, man. So automatically you gotta buy something more. What is that?
Nutritious.
For her, and also that her and the baby grow well.
Yeah.
So like 3 ikan masin.
Branded a bit lah, So I got a fight lah. I did more freelance work.
Yeah.
So much more.
Even on a weekdays basis or so. Sometimes at night I'll go for night shoots. Weekend or so I'll just do freelance work.
Yeah.
And then if I don't involve in on set, production set, I'll be editing freelance as well.
Yeah.
So basically after work at call, come back, work at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember before that, when it was just you and Irene, or when it was just you, I remember that, like me as well, the money that you had that you earn, right? I mean, aside from your commitments of like rent and everything, we would spend it on like shoes.
Wow.
And like nice things, like, oh, let's go and eat like steamboat tonight kind of thing, right?
Anything, anytime, man.
Yeah. And then after that, when we found out, hey guys, we're expecting a kid. Wow,
Yeah.
Desmond, shoes are bro. He's so back together. The ones that have fallen apart.
I basically use the gaffer tape and the stamp. People say, hey, that's off-white. Bro, what's off-white, man?
It's off, bro.
Shoes off. Yeah, so I love shoes, okay?
Yeah.
I don't mind spending on shoes every month on a few pairs.
Yeah.
But
How many
then,
feet you have?
How
many pairs of feet do you have?
Octopus got how many?
Yeah.
I'm none of them. So I realized that I got a kid, like a baby, to depend on me. Like if I don't earn enough, how am I gonna provide for my family?
Where's the ikan masin gonna come?
Yeah,
right?
like you can't even afford ikan masin. That's how bad
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna be, you know.
Yeah.
So I know these things are gonna get serious. So you gotta bang, chicken bang, you know.
Okay.
Earn more bucks for the family. You know,
Yeah.
try to provide the best for them. And then it's just not easy, like adulting. But I'm glad that I'm going through this right now. I mean, you just need to work a bit harder. Eventually, it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the motivation to just, when you have people dependent, it changes from, the independence is how much do I need to survive for myself?
Correct.
And then this one is like, how can I provide for other people? And it's a whole different step up.
Correct.
So yeah, I think that's a very...
Megan, anything else to add on your side? Becoming a father.
Speaking
and all
of
that?
which, I mean, when Desmond talked about Irene having a kid, right? That suddenly brings like a whole different of like, okay, we've been talking about money a lot, how to spend money. Alex has been like way ahead of us since 14. And then, but trust me, right? Like even at that age, or like after you've done your whole like, okay, I'm building my skills of how to find money, how to get jobs. When your wife tells you she's pregnant, that feeling. Wow.
It's good or bad? It sounds quite scary right now.
It's so scary.
Okay.
Yeah, it is scary.
It's a very happy feeling like after a day.
Yeah, but then when the reality hits, you know,
Yeah. What? Really? There's no other way to put it. And it was at a time where, because we weren't planning for a baby at that time, I just got a car. And we were renting a house. So like suddenly like, oh no, on top of rent, on top of car, on top of insurance, on top of monthly loan, on top of bill.
Another human.
Suddenly you think like, hospital bill how much? A baby milk how much? And then you realize like, oh my gosh, independence, now this is getting real. And then you understand why your parents make you do what you do.
That's
all these
true.
kind of things. But it is insane because I think a lot of us, right, the biggest purchase we have, I mean, up until the point of getting work, is maybe your phone. Right? I think that's the biggest purchase, or your laptop lah. I mean, some of y'all are fortunate enough to buy your own first car when you start like your first year of working. I mean, but I don't think that goes across the board for everyone, because most of us, like, maybe we borrow our parents' car or we use an older car in the family. But when you get married, the first thing you immediately need to think about is your home. Your family car,
That's
your
true.
own stuff, because your parents not going to borrow their car to you to drive around for a while, right? So I think that like is the first real hit of adulthood, the level up of like needing to provide not just for yourself, but for this team that you're going to call your family very soon. And if you don't plan for that, right? Oh my gosh, it gets real. But to be honest, it gets real the moment you try to arrange your wedding. So the wedding is like the warm up for everything else.
I tell you, you try to scout for every single thing and find the cheapest deal you can get, man.
For real.
And you start asking yourself, is it okay we just feed the our guests rice?
Yeah,
Just
white
white
rice.
rice.
If you
if
you're a bit special to us, soy sauce.
And then one ikan masin.
One ikan
One
masin,
cup.
the head only. Just the head. That's it. Because the rest of it I gotta give to my kids.
But yeah, I think that's why, like, I think when you do hit adulthood, the best skill that will help you along is learning how to manage your finances.
Yeah.
Very big. I mean, guys, adulthood is fun, but everyone, if actually anyone on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, right, the main part about adulting everyone complain about is paying bills. Sorry lah, if you're
Correct, it's true.
That's really that's called the responsibility of adulthood.
Correct.
Okay,
You can't run away.
But there are tons of ways to like figure it out. There are tons of ways to actually make good use of what's out there. To make good use of how to plan your financials and your savings.
Yep.
But it is a skill. Adulting. The secret to adulting is really developing this skill of learning how to not just provide, but learning how to like manage your
Yeah,
resources.
because I think at the end of the day, when you think about it, it's not just you don't want to just live to survive. You want to enjoy your life.
That's right.
Yo,
Yeah.
With
that's
your
right.
family, with yourself.
Yeah,
right?
and somewhere in the current pandemic, right, living to survive is not enough.
Yeah.
Because if you're living to survive and suddenly a pandemic hits,
Oh.
you are already breaking even, like at that point. And then like,
It's
what happens
difficult
when
lah.
emergencies go? It's
Yeah.
that whole thing about have you been saving for a rainy day?
Yeah, yeah.
What if the rainy day is every day for 3 months and you cannot go out because it's
banjir
raining,
kilat, man.
That's why, and then the ikan masin become ikan again. Then you cannot
Swim
catch
again.
because swim away.
Yeah.
So that sounds very morbid. I'm just gonna dial it back slightly, right? I think Ming Han made a really interesting point just now about as you grow up, right? The biggest things that you had to worry about when it comes to buying stuff, right, was initially it was what to buy for lunch when you go out with your friends.
Yeah.
Which movie you're buying, and then gradually it increases to a point where you're like, I have to buy my own handphone now. And then you're looking at getting your own laptop for studies, right? Of course, all these, the first one, usually, if you're fortunate, your parents will fund the first
help
one.
you, yeah.
But after that, the minute you start earning, you have to think about it for yourself. Because
Correct.
let's say the phone spoils, right? Or gets broken, you got to repair
You're talking
it.
about me?
Yeah, right now.
Oh dear.
Yeah, my phone's broken and I gotta pay for it, man.
Of course, that's life.
Yeah,
Suck it up, bro. Just suck it up.
I mean, it's not gonna look. It's really not good. Gonna look good for your kid.
Yeah.
Like one day your phone spoil. Hold on, boy. I need to call my father. Help me repair my phone.
Your grandfather is gonna pay for you. I'm not daddy. Don't ask
But
for me anything broken.
purchases will get bigger and bigger and bigger.
At our stage of life right now, what are some of the purchases that we are looking at? I think number one that like Alex mentioned as well, as you grow older, as you start traveling out more, because your own life and schedule is
Different than
is
your
different from
family's.
your family.
Yeah.
So you can't be
Yeah.
sitting in one car going all around, right?
Yeah.
So you're looking at a car. And then after that, you're looking at your devices that you use every day, your phone, your laptop, and then you get to a point where if you move out, if you come from a different state or a different country, then you've got to get your own home. So that's
right.
rental or buying, right? And all these things, right? When you were so the gap is very small from having to not worry about it,
To worry
and then
about
suddenly
everything.
worry about everything at the same time,
Yeah.
right? Because when you were 15 years old, you didn't have to worry about a house.
Yep.
Yeah.
But in the next 10 years, you won't have to. And that's so scary that sometimes people they're not brave enough to step out. And I think maybe that's something that we want to land on as well in the podcast today, that just because something seems big doesn't mean it's impossible.
Yep,
I mean,
right. True.
I mean, that's why there's all kinds of things. Again, all kinds of ways to help you. You need to be smart. You need your own research, and because we have the amazing people at Toyota in this episode today, I think this is a part where we can actually share some of this kind of things, because this is important, guys. We're not trying to tell you like, oh, must do this. No, this is actually important. This is part of being a responsible adult.
Yeah, that's
right.
And this is part of research. If you have actually, I mean, props to you if you literally walk into a showroom and bought a car in cold hard cash.
That's great for
I
you.
mean, great.
But for
You
everyone
are
else, that's not
right
how
there,
it works.
yeah. Yeah.
Because if you think about it, if you buy a pair of shoes, a phone, a laptop, you always do research, right?
Yep.
You can't just go in and be like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna spend money. What if you come out and the thing you bought doesn't suit you? It doesn't meet your needs. It's
Yeah.
not even like the correct one for you. It's the wrong size.
Yep.
You don't even like the color pink. Like all of that needs to be taken into consideration, right?
Yeah,
and so I'm good. Like I think what we want to do with Toyota on the
Today.
podcast today is talking about one of the most key purchases as you enter adulthood, which is
A car.
of course a car.
Yeah,
and
please.
speaking of like cars, right? If you guys are looking to buy a car, no matter what stage of life you are, no matter what income bracket you are, right, you need to check out this thing called the Toyota Easy Bully Package, which is basically a monthly installment scheme, stress-free, right? Because you have so many things in life that stress you out. Let's make it easier, right? So speaking about cars, right, which is what key purchase as you enter adulthood to
Yep.
get
Yeah,
around and all
yeah,
that.
for sure.
We're talking about the Toyota Easy Bully Package, which is a monthly installment scheme, which is stress-free, because you already have so much stress in life. It's flexible and it's catered to your financial plan.
Okay.
And the important thing here
Yeah.
is that it's catered.
Okay, before
my goodness.
anyone else is like, wait, what are you talking about, a podcast? All I'm going to say to you is, buying a car is not as simple as you think.
Yeah.
You need to consider a few things. There are a few different payments or different kinds of payments you need to make.
Yeah.
And this kind of packages, like for example, the easy one, the Easy Belly with Toyota, these guys set it up for you and they cater it to what you can achieve at a certain time in life. So please, it's not that we're just trying to just like, hey, what's up this? No. Guys, this is a proper thing. You need to consider stuff like this because buying a car is so much more than signing up for like something like a phone plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much more.
That's true.
You need to understand
Correct.
because
The commitment.
it's not like maybe I don't like this phone. I give my brother.
No, you can't do that.
You know,
There's legal documents involved,
Yes.
man.
So please, the Easy Belly package is eligible for you even if you just started like working a week ago.
Yes.
And because you need to understand, right? Sometimes when you go and apply for this thing called a car loan, the bank sometimes don't trust you.
Correct.
Correct.
Just because you apply doesn't mean it's
you
a
get
yes.
it.
Yes,
Just
that's
because
right.
you kick the ball towards the goal, does it mean you enter goal? No.
I don't know where the metaphors are going, but we're on the same page. So their money installment starts for something as low as $498. For those who know what I'm talking about when it
that's
comes
so
to
good.
cars,
Yeah.
you would understand that $498 a month for a car.
So
It's really affordable,
low.
man.
Okay, we are not asking these guys to be a hype man right now, but
No,
it is
I
something
know.
real.
Okay. I'm paying for every month.
I think for everyone who's listening, if you don't believe us, go and ask your parents, hey, how much are we paying a month for a car? Then you can see the difference.
Bet money, it's at least 2,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 bucks.
What are they buying,
Okay,
man?
so yeah, I don't know, but basically, you get to enjoy like more lower monthly installments in your first few years of repayment, which is very key, especially if you just started working and you're trying to figure things out. And it really caters to your financial situation so that you can get your dream Toyota car.
So that means everything from a Yaris to the sweet Corolla.
guys,
Everything.
and just want to say, we grew up with Toyotas. Toyotas are a solid family brand. They're a really great first car to have. The car servicing, after service care, everything is props. And now they have this. Why didn't they have this
I wish
when I was
they
in
had
college?
this when I was about to buy a car.
I want to segue into
honestly.
this now, okay?
I'm
So
gonna
yes.
get on it next. Yeah.
Okay,
you
no,
know,
see,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
how it goes.
So on that point, okay, we're talking about big purchases. Here's what I can try and help, because I think on my social and stuff, I'm in a place where like we consistently need to do a lot of big purchases right now. And I think having a team like this as well has also taught me how to handle big purchases because literally every month it's like I'm buying one new Toyota at this point. But like the car I cannot drive one. That's true. I can't sit on Desmond like maybe okay.
We'll drive you crazy.
Vroom vroom, yeah. So, number one, I think you got to consider your financial situation, right? And that is basically how are you doing right now paying for everything that you own?
Yeah.
If you find that every day you got only enough to eat one roti canai, that's something to consider.
That's
You got
something
massive.
to
You
consider.
gotta consider your financial situation.
Yeah.
Don't try and buy something because you see your friends buying it.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I think we're all on the social media scene.
Just
We
because
all-
someone in your class
Yeah, yeah.
is wearing a 5,000 ringgit shoe
You don't-
doesn't mean you gotta do it to hang out with them.
Okay.
You can do one of two things. Teach the person that there are cheaper shoes.
Yeah.
Number two, just don't hang out with that guy lah.
New friends, cheap
New
shoes.
friends.
Unfollow him on Instagram.
Okay,
That's right.
actually-
Because I
Yes,
want to make a point.
yes.
Social media always promotes a life that is ideal, that is expensive, is luxurious, and it's like, oh, there's all these things we want to get. But realistically, at the end of the day, having all of that doesn't make you a happier person.
Yeah, you know what's realistic?
True.
You know what's realistic? Money management. That's realistic.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you get a car, when you want to buy a car, number one, considering something like the loan plan, absolutely. Number two, considering your own financial situation, very important. And number three, you always got to consider the fact what happens after you buy the car.
Correct.
All right, the upkeep. The
Correct.
upkeep, the
Maintenance.
insurance, the maintenance.
Guys.
Okay, please. Everyone think
This is true,
the
yes.
job is done when you buy the car. No, bro, your job
the
has
journey
started
just
already.
starts.
Okay. A lot of friends, like, I think they don't take into consideration, like, you need to service your car. You
Correct.
need to repair your car. And hey, we talk about considering your financial situation, right? Consider the kind of driver that you are.
Ooh.
If you cannot survive a month without having one crash, consider also lah. Please,
Wow.
because you need to know that your car is now your baby. Okay, you gotta
True.
repair it. You gotta upkeep it. I mean, petrol is one of the things that you need to consider.
Yep.
But yes, maintenance, repairs, insurance, all these things are things you should be thinking about when you have a big purchase.
Correct.
And it might apply to one day. It might apply the same for a house. What's the best plan for a house? What is your loan payment for the house? What kind
Yep.
of house can you afford?
Yep.
And then, how are you going to take care of the house afterwards?
Yeah.
Now, these are the simple basic steps when you're thinking about anything
Yeah.
that has to be a substantial part of your life. Because, hey, your phone is going to maybe cost you 1 year of your phone plan.
Yep.
But a car, something like a car is going to follow you for like a significant amount of the decade ahead.
Minimum 5 years.
At least 5 to 10
5,
years, right?
7 or 9.
And then if you are the kind of person as well, you got to keep it in good condition, because if one day you are thinking about passing it off secondhand,
Yeah.
there's something else you need to consider.
Alex,
as well.
have you been keeping your price in a good condition?
I haven't had a single
Accident?
accident yet.
That's great.
Job.
That's
Yeah,
great.
that's
Good
great.
job.
Scraped the bottom of my collar, but you
Okay.
know, it's like going over the bump.
Okay. No, drive slower next
No,
time.
because that exactly is immediately the big segue from being dependent on your family to
Yeah.
being independent.
I
Because
Yeah.
your
I think it's different as well because like if it's your family's car, you have a tendency to be like, okay,
It's my-
yeah,
yeah, it's not my-
it's
yeah.
fine. Like if I scrape it, like my parents gonna pay for it.
Yes,
But if it's
exactly.
yours, it's your hard-earned
Correct.
money,
Correct.
and like you really want to take care of it. Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know?
I think where we want to land on the wrapping up the podcast is just to remind ourselves that as great as it is to own many great things in life, it's also about the people you have around you.
True.
Because you could be in a castle with the fanciest trimmings, right? You've got
Alone.
horses outside. You've got a freaking lake with crocodiles inside.
Yeah.
But if you're living there alone, are you really happy?
That's
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
I don't want to like money shame people. I think a lot of this kind of things is like, look, I really got nothing against my friends who have great things.
Yep.
But the management is also important.
Yeah.
To me, I will be even more impressed if you have great management over all these things. And when you have great things, I think that management over your own home as well, the people that are around you, your friends, your family, and how all these things affect your own personal life. Okay, that one I respect. That one, you do you. You can literally buy half the world, I don't care. But be a good person while doing it and be a
Yep.
responsible person as well, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I think the trick behind adulting, guys, the crux of the matter, the complaints on Instagram and social media, everything to do about adulting is really managing yourself, your independence, figuring out how to do this on your own. And well, I'm not saying be totally independent and be a hermit, okay? It's totally fine to depend on people as
Correct.
well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the trick, I think, really is just being real with what you have,
Yep.
and realizing that in reality, a lot of these bonuses, a lot of these opportunities, a lot of these plus sides, you can achieve them, but it starts with a very strong foundation of like just knowing your lane, okay? And if you are surrounded by people who like to flaunt stuff that isn't theirs, hey, shout out on Instagram, we need new friends, hashtag find new friends, hashtag find your
I love
friends.
that.
Yeah.
Friends for me, enough of my old friends.
Okay.
New friends, please.
Thank you.
I
Just
think
pretty much that.
just go back to like living within your means. And going back to the castle thing, like it's okay to want all these like luxurious things and see on social media and be like, oh man, like that would be so nice to have.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
good to
fancy
set
thing.
goals, okay?
Yeah,
Just
you have to be
goals, right?
realistic, and
Yeah.
there's compromise with everything.
Yes.
You know, like opportunity costs and stuff. Like
Ooh.
if you only have like $10, you know, like
Yes.
what are you gonna buy with
I
that?
just had a really great conversation the other night about chasing all these kind of things. What is your compromise, right? If your compromise is yourself, if you chase these things and your compromise is your peace of mind or your friendships or your relationships, maybe that's not responsible adulting. Because I think resource as well is relationships. And I know people around you build you up. People around you are. I talked about like this sometime else as well. These are the same people who will look out for you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you might not be someone who knows about great financial advice, that's why people are so important. You have good friends that can tell you about financial advice.
True.
Yeah.
Like us telling you about Toyota's Easy Belly plan. But just segueing back to that, I think the whole thing about being adulthood, like maybe people don't talk about it enough, is you don't have to do it alone. All
Yeah.
right, have a great a bunch of circle of friends around
Yeah.
you, and that makes it so much easier. Take it from a guy who like moved from Penang with no plan. I don't know how you did it, but props to you.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. I think when you think about it at the end of the day, having financial independence is definitely a struggle. It's a blessing to have the ability to earn your own money and spend
Yeah,
it on things
it's
that you
privilege.
like, right? But realize that it's it's a learning process for everybody, right? And the earlier you start, the easier it becomes.
Yeah,
Because
you don't be learning
realize-
this at 60 years old,
Correct.
please.
That's a bit. But it's also very privileged to not have to worry about anything until 60 years old. Special shout out to Toyota for sponsoring this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And check out the link on screen or in the description below to visit the Toyota online showroom for a head start at getting the Toyota you desire. So check out the Easy Bully plan if you are planning to get a new car.
Recommend it, please. Go check it
Or
out.
even if you're just fresh out of uni and you need something to get you from A to B, go check it out, right?
Yeah.
Please do. We hope you found this podcast insightful and learned some tips on managing your finances and getting ready to be more of an adult than you already are, being a little bit more independent as we celebrate our country's 63rd Independence Day. Man, this has been a treat. I feel like there's so much more that we want to dive into about being independent, about adulting, and just being a bit more responsible of our resources, right?
Yeah.
Guys, check out more other great podcasts on our Spotify. You can get caught up with all the other episodes as well on YouTube. And if you want more content, check us out on the main things, Instagram and YouTube, because we've got some pretty interesting content coming up for you. Thank you, Alex and Desmond, for being on this
for
week's
having
podcast.
us.
There's so much to talk about. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man.
But for everyone else, check out Toyota if you're looking to get a new car. And thank you so much again for watching and listening to this one. Have a great week, guys. We love
See you
you.
next time.
Be good. Bye-bye.
Stay clean.